in this secret location here in crazy ass beautiful Southern California. Got back there Amp Live and the giant mug and this mug here, bringing you the Amp Live Real Estate Show. Saturday, we had some Saturday training. If you missed it, 12 o'clock, there was some awesome stuff about SUBTO. At 2 p.m., we went in and went one-on-one and dove deep into breaking down the deal and then the different exit strategies that are available instead of the one-trick pony wholesale stuff that's out there. I get it, right? Shit, I remember those days, wholesaling stuff before it was even called wholesaling. So I'm dating myself a little bit. But I'm going to be your host. I'll be Erick. Erick Paul, yes, I'm going to be Erick. I am acting as Erick. I'm just kidding. Been Erick for a while. Erick Paul, the Amp Live Real Estate Show, coming to you live here, like I mentioned earlier before. We're going to talk today. We're going to talk about a few things, okay? A little pulse of real estate, what's going on with commercial, what's going on with creative real estate investing, what's going on with traditional real estate. At the end of the day, there's going to be some things rolling across there. We got the Amp Live Real Estate Show right up there. Check that out. Scan that, and that's going to take you to the Facebook group. It's the Creative Real Estate Investing Facebook group. We're going to change that sumbitch to the SUBTO Facebook group, right? Because I get it. Things are maneuvering. Things are changing. As we move, we adjust and we adapt, and then we rock, right? I will say the only things that usually changes is technology, the art of the deal, and if you keep yourself up to breast on all that good stuff, as far as like rocking and rolling and knowing how to put those deals together, become a contract and a clause freak like I am, and you should be too, or find somebody who enjoys that stuff, right? Because it's super, super important. We're not dealing with widgets. We're dealing with hundreds of thousands, tens of thousands, if not millions of dollars, and it's super important to get that stuff right, okay? So we're going to talk about today. Where's my glasses? So it's always live and uncut. Full disclosure, I'm not an attorney. I'm not a financial analyst. I'm not a bookkeeper. I'm not a CPA or any of that good stuff. It's for entertainment purposes. Our sponsors are Amp Live Media and VIP Execs. So thank you for doing this stuff here and the lighting and all that good stuff. I got to get me some new eyeliner and some rouge and all that good stuff. Makeup, right? I'm just kidding. Don't do any of that shit, right? So the bottom line is it comes out the way it's going to come out. But I am suited up today because it is a sales and field day. So we're doing calls from 7 a.m. to about 9 p.m. Now, that's just my day. It is what it is. It doesn't have to be your day. But in between there, maneuvering and, hanging out, having fun, doing work and meeting people, meeting clients, meeting investors. That's my world. And obviously marketing, content, things of that nature. And we squeeze it in. The schedule is the schedule. It's always live and on raw, uncut and raw. Yeah, raw and uncut as well. Unless we decide to monetize some juiciness or that comes out really good and I like it, or sometimes they'll just delete the son of a bitch. I go, I don't like that video. I don't like anything about it. And we'll get rid of it. But this will be right now. It's open to everybody. It's being streamlined on several locations. So there should be a link. So if there's a link, let me see. There'll be a link that's on the Facebook group. And I don't think I've made it public, but I'll make it public. If you want to chat, you want to talk, we're going to be here for a few minutes. Bro, we got the rock and roll playing over here in the background. Let me lower that a little bit. All right, cool. So hopefully it's not a distraction, but hey, whatever music works for you, whether it's jazz, it's rap, it's classical, find it, because look, human beings are connected to that. Human beings are connected to frequency. It does like an elixir, right? Also, this stuff here is caffeine, not good for you, I guess, right? Whatever. But it's always right next to the awesome H2O. Tons of H2O, right? Got to have that water. Water is life. So we were talking about today, we're creative real estate investing in regards to breaking down deals. Okay, you missed that. That was at 2 p.m. And we went over the went over like the spreadsheet, how to find the deal, right? We had one that was the actual deal, and then another one we just said, hey, we're just going to pull it from this platform. Let's take a look at it. Let's underwrite it real quick. Let's take a look at the comps, and let's go ahead and do the numbers and see where the money's at, right? Now, I know the Midwest is usually anywhere from $35,000 or so for a flip. East Coast, West Coast, because the price points are a little higher, maybe anywhere from $55,000 to $60,000 or more. I get it. And then you got obviously a lot of stuff is happening right now with lease options, seller finance, arbitraging, those things, Airbnbs, traveling nurses. We got the co-living, right? The co-living thing going on, which is basically just a fucking roommate. I get it, right? But it works, right? But it's a little bit differently because you're you're building the house like an Airbnb and giving your tenants or your roommates, right, a common place where they can work and hang out, and you're supplying things for them like an Airbnb, almost like a little condo unit of 4 or 5 bedrooms. And think of it as each one of those is, a condo for them. And then you got your common areas, right, which is the living room and all that good stuff. It could be, a place where they go and set up their internet, and maybe you give them some of those things, but they're paying a premium for that, right? So instead of like maybe $800,000 for a room, it might be 15 to 2,000, right? Because they're getting all these awesome, juicy amenities. Then it's also, I believe the contract's a little bit different. Don't quote me on that, but I'm going to assume just from my experience that we've done some stuff in the past with properties and that were being fixed up and resold, and these salespeople would come, and I believe they're like for a termite or something like that, right? And they bring their team in of a bunch of young kids from college students. A lot of times they came from Utah or other companies, and they do their term. They knock out two birds with one stone, right? And do their thing with whatever religion that is that they do, and then doing some sales. And we would kind of do like not like what's the word I'm looking for? It's not like a hotel, but they would house sit, or they would be watching the property, and there'd be a contract that they agreed to take care of the things that were there, and then they would just come, just pay 6 months at a time, boom, 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 knock it out, and we're going to sell the property anyway. So why not? Especially if it was a time where it's going to be winter, or it was a time. Let me see. I think it wasn't winter because they don't go out. Maybe they do. I don't know. I can't remember. Well, don't quote me on that. But the bottom line, it's a cool thing. There's all kinds of awesome stuff they can do, including like the suites you go to and all that good stuff, right? You're signing like licensing agreements, and then there's hotel agreements. There's lease option agreements, options, rent to own, all that beautiful stuff. I always said, if I learned from one of my associates and mentors in the past, said, look, man, you can write a deal and put it on a damn napkin. As long as there's a meeting of the minds and there's some money that gets exchanged. Some people say, oh, you can just, as long as we got a contract exchange, you want to know, but make it more solid with some money that gets exchanged. And then obviously you got to track it, and you got to document what's happening, and you got a contract. So anything could be done with the contract. And no, it doesn't always have to be a car form or a Texas form or a real estate agent form. As long as it's legal, any form is fine. Get an attorney and have them draft it, right? There's no such thing as saying, oh, legally it has to be on this form. No, that's bullshit. No, it doesn't, right? You just have to have a meeting of the minds, as long as it's drafted correctly. And if you want it drafted by an attorney, go for it. I always say attorneys are deal breakers, not deal makers, right? And there are some good ones out there that, that understand the game and things of that nature. But a lot of the times they're just there, obviously, to get paid for what they do and be the devil's advocate. Say, look, okay, what about this? What about that? What about this? This is going to protect you here and here and here. That's their job. But at the end of the day, it'll probably kill your deal. So when they, and there's ways of doing that. If you do it correctly, right, and you do the art of the deal, and if you've done it right, there in the contracts you use, I get it, right? If it's 20, 30 pages of all kinds of disclosures and crazy stuff that agents use, I get it. But if it's a simple 3-pager with an addendum and that's it, then it's, written in 3rd or 4th grade, reading, level, then anybody can study that and read it. And then if you take the time to read them line by line, I would, right? Because you're going to work a deal. Then they're going to go, hey, you know what? I don't need an attorney. I get it. No problem. Easy peasy. It's in writing. Let's rock this stuff. And even if they do take it to an attorney, they bring it back. We've had that happen where they just kill it. Boom, 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 boom. I go, well, that's no longer, pro seller and pro buyer. It's like all pro seller. We don't have a deal. What do you mean we don't have a deal? What do? Well, sign the contract that we put together and gave to you, right? Because it protects all of us and everybody. Protects the seller, protects investors, protects us, you, if you're doing the deal, or you're working with us in the capacity as a mentee or coaching, being coached by us or working with us in some capacity, or you're on our team, right? So it's been an awesome day. I'm fired up. I'm rocking and rolling. Yeah, I got some coffee in me. I got some water in me. And my brain is rocking and rolling because this Saturday it's a sales and field day. So I'm suited up because I'm actually going to go out into the field. I got some stuff that I got to take care of. And then, spend some time with the family. Tomorrow I will be back for Sunday sermon. So Sunday sermon, all that means is I'm just going to rant and rave and talk shit about real estate, maybe talk shit about some people out there, or even us at the end of the day, or even me, right? It's okay. Laugh at yourself, crack some jokes. It's good to laugh. It's good to crank up that freaking music and rock and take a little bit of time off and then get back to grinding, right? Get back to, I don't even like the word grinding. Just get back to rocking and rolling. doing stuff you like to do, but then sometimes you got to do stuff you don't want to do or don't like to do so you can do the good stuff, right? There's a meme. It was pretty cool. It was kind of like, hey, I'm not going to quote it quote by quote, but, or it's kind of paraphrased a little bit. It's going to be like, if you want to have what other people don't have, then you have to do the things that other people don't want to do. And that's 97% of America, 97% of the people. That's why they understand the government knows what they're doing at the end of the day to keep people on that treadmill and the job. And I get it, because the other way is not guaranteed. You got to make money from nothing. You have to use your own skill sets to build a business and sell you and what's going on at the end of the day, right? And make that money in a different capacity, right? But never give up. Keep on rocking and rolling. If you believe in yourself, things will transpire. And the reason I know that is because I've seen it happen when I went from the music industry into, I guess, into corporate life and a family man, and then moving into what I do now. It's just a different stage, right? From one stage to another stage, we rock no matter what, because it's in you. And if you believe in yourself, and it's not about the ego, because there's good ego and bad ego. You gotta have the good ego, right? Especially as you get older, you get more mature, and you see things, and you want to help more people. It's just kind of weird. It's not weird. It's just probably the evolution of your life or anybody's life. It's just the way it is, right? But it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Go out and help as many people as you can. That's what we do with AHA, Americans Helping Americans. It's our cause and mission. That's my cause and mission, is to push it and push it out there for AHA and share this with others across the United States of America, because, it's what we do. We're not just helping sellers. We're helping buyers, investors. We're helping regular people who just want to get into the business. Ordinary people become extraordinary. People want to get involved in the real estate business, whether it's traditional, a broker, an agent, an entrepreneur, a business owner. It doesn't matter, right? Anybody can do this if they choose to. Anybody can do anything they really want to, but at the end of the day, they have to decide. They have to frame it in the mind, because 99% of anything you do is just that: mindset. If you don't believe it, I always say, right, then nobody else is going to believe it. So it's kind of a hard jam, right? Then if other people are not believing in you, then it starts tearing you down. So you have to chop down the NMA, negative mental attitude, with the positive mental attitude, and keep on rocking and rolling. Keep on dreaming. That's what life's too damn short, right? Shit, trust me, I know that is. And if you have any kids, they grow up quick at the end of the day, right? So the goal is to keep it all in house and do what you need to do. I like my privacy. I like my core, so I do things a little bit differently. That's why we still have a selection process. When we're bringing people aboard for the one-on-one mentoring, nobody does what we do when it's one-on-one. It's plug and play and all that good stuff. I'm not going to even kind of sell you on that stuff. It is what it is. Don't have to. But the bottom line, there is coaching and interactive mentoring for the tire kickers and people that just want to get started. And, at least that'll shave off, 6, 7, 8 months to a year and a half, 2 years. Mentoring is going to shave up about 3 to 5 years. And I will tell you, only 97% of the people do not understand it or even know how to do it correctly. Some people confuse SUBTO with seller financing. They're two different fucking things, not even the same shit, right? That's like apples and potatoes, right? You got a fruit and you got some dirty ass potato shit. They're both good when you cook them properly and you have the recipe to cook them properly. That's what this is about, okay? So creative deals. All right, it doesn't matter what it is. Whatever comes down the funnel, if you have something that comes down the funnel, you have to understand how to underwrite those to fit an exit strategy. Now, for you, my advice, if you're doing this, or don't take the advice, whatever works for you, but I'm just going to share it, right? As my dad always say, opinions are like assholes, and everybody has one, including myself. I have tons of opinions, and I have no qualms about expressing them to anybody. If you want to listen, cool. If you don't, that's all right too, right? I'm just going to move forward and get shit done. The bottom line is this, check it out. That every deal that comes down the wire, right, doesn't have to be, oh man, this is like a SUBTO deal. We like doing that because that's how our lead gen form and our micro websites and all that good stuff that we give to mentees are designed to do. They're designed to get all that information and then underwrite and determine, hey, is this a SUBTO deal? Is it a wholesale deal? Is it an option deal? Is it a cash deal? Is it going to be a marketing deal? You're going, marketing deal? What the hell is that, right? So it's just some unique things. Everybody's going to come up with their own twist, a hybrid of whatever is out there. I get it. We do what we do. We don't care about what others do. Do we look at it? Of course. If we see something, we go, that looks cool. That looks cool. That looks cool. Do we want to move it? Do we want to move forward in that direction? Do we want to compete against that or not? The bottom line is, I say, put your head down and grind. Don't worry about the damn Joneses. But then every once in a while, you got to get up, right? You got to see. You can't keep your head in the sand, right? That's what an ostrich does, right? So we keep rocking and rolling. If something needs to be addressed, we move forward. That's the same thing with technology, right? There was no text marketing in the last cycle, right? There wasn't any type of social media. None of that stuff, right?